All right. All right. So we're just getting everything set up here. This is Dion. We are on live both IG and on YouTube right now. Um, oh, hello, Jason. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. Glad you made it here on time. Yeah, so it's like 11:15 in Singapore, right? Yeah, I made the wrong calculations too, so you are the only one. I thought it would be like 9:30 for you guys, but thank God I have another one of my friends who caught the mistake. So yes, I was able to alert some people that the live stream is actually on 11:30, the Hong Kong Asian corridor time, the Hong Kong Singapore corridor time zone. So how are you doing in Singapore? So we just go chit chat a little bit, wait for people to come into the room. We have our so like nobody is doing anything this week and Monday and Tuesday because of what's going to happen in US. For those of you who don't know, we're having our election on Tuesday. It's going to be crazy. We don't know what would be decided on Tuesday night, unless if like one side have like an overwhelming advantage on Tuesday. Unless that was to happen, like we won't know the results until much later. So this is how. So if you guys overseas are confused, this is what's going to happen. Like they count the live vote first, and then they count the precast vote. I think the reason they don't count the vote that in for now is so to make it fair. Um, so that if one side is winning, you don't take that as an advantage for the other side to come out. But I don't want to get like too political here. I mean, what I'm saying here is not going to influence the outcome. Just I tried that on my other channel, only hinted that, and then I dropped half my subscribers are gone. The other half was like, why aren't you doing more? So it's never even if you fully believe in one side, it's never good to endorse one side or another. I'm waving my Jeff Bezos flag here. But so Jason, you saw my IG update, right? So if you see me being really tired these days, it's because there's a lot of psychic warfare going on to back one side or the other. It's not like we actually like any one of the candidates, but a lot of our plans, a lot of our spirits, friends wanted a certain thing to enact on this world. And I won't say, yeah, it's kind of warfare. It's more like a competition going on. Which side is more powerful, and which side has like literally more energy and more power to it, right? Like you can have like the most powerful witch, and if the other side have like 1,000 practitioners going against you, you are, one person is not that powerful, and then we're all like playing this giant chess game in the astral realm to maneuver pieces. It's more than just who is in charge of a certain government; it's the extension of it all. Even if both candidates are not practitioner at all. And a lot of the decisions that they make are not just immediately affecting. It doesn't have just that immediate outcome, right? It's also like a strain of event that could happen from anything that one person say, or any decision that one person make, or the decision to appoint somebody after them. So we're kind of like at the quantum crossroad here. So imagine every decision you make, you are jumping into another quantum universe. The event happening on this Tuesday is like a quantum metropolis of like Cautionary universe are being born and dimensions are being switched. Um, like I said before, if I sound a little bit tired, it's because so much psychic warfare is going on. Obviously, I'm backing one side. Um, I'm not going to tell you which side to back, but the last time I backed somebody, that person won. So, but okay, I think I'm disclosing too much. But hello, Michelle Ang, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hello, Jason Ang. Jason Ang says, so far so good. Somehow I got pulled back to tarot reading, and like I have this feeling that I need to go back to do tarot reading again. Yes, you should definitely. Definitely more practice. Oh, so Halloween just happened, and like if it wasn't for the election on Tuesday, Halloween would be what we're talking about, and All Saints Day, and the portal opening. But we have covered that last week pretty good. Um, so how are you doing, Michelle? How's Singapore treating you? I think nobody was here from Singapore last 2 weeks, and then now you guys are back. Yay! So actually, our live stream has been going viral, huh? Surprisingly, there's like 10 people here during the stream, and then afterwards, we got like 1,000 hits. So it's people are liking what we have to say. I just wish more people would come on to the live stream and then contribute something meaningful. That way, I don't have to talk so much. But I still have to talk a lot, but I can just answer questions or whatnot. Hello, Fallen. How are you? All right, so I promise we are going to start. I promise we're going to start with a true life story, and it's kind of election related. Do you have any questions before I tell a story? You guys want to hear a story, right? All right. So for those of you who knew me well, knew that I host a TV show on local cable station, and for the longest time, I have a time slot at 7:30 to 8. So it's a pretty nice time slot. It's technically a prime time slot. Um, on the other side of the time slot has always been either Seinfeld or The Simpsons. So, um, it's just a pretty good time slot that you have. And this is pre-pandemic, and there's a lot more happening on the TV station these days. When I go host my show, it is like just this really lonely receptionist in a very long, dark hallway with nothing in it. But in the old days, the TV station was more than a TV station where people come and hang out, and we have pizza party a lot. We have some leadership change in the last year or so, so it's just me coming in, saying hi to the receptionist. Everything is operated by AI, so I just like sit down, and then like all the computers zoom in on me, and everything was done either remotely or by a robot. Um, But then, so the story goes, in the old days, when I started, there was this lady who hosts her show behind me from the 8 o'clock time slot, and she talked about health and wellness. She is a very highly credentialed nurse, a nurse practitioner. If you guys know the U.S. system, a nurse practitioner is like is up there in rank. They can on the high end, a nurse practitioner could also have a PhD. So they are up there with doctors. A lot of nurse practitioners could also diagnose and prescribe medications, and a lot of them make as much, if not more, than doctors, right? So, like, she is a very, let's put it this way, she's a very accomplished, educated lady, and Well, I mean, this is like election time, for this particular election, we know race has a lot to do with the well, this is the issue at hand, right? So like she's very nice. Um, there's a lot of minorities in our station, both by ethnicity and by orientation and by other ways that are minorities. Hello, FGFG, how are you? And this lady has always been very nice to everybody. Our intern, like at the time, we have interns that manages our cameras and do the broadcasting and things like that. These days, it's all done by robots. Um, and the interns in our team are all minorities and blacks, if I can say that. Um, so this is going to come back in a big way. Um, so for those of you who know recent history well, 2016 was the last time Trump won the election. And throughout the 2014 and 2015 season, it just feels like we have transformed into a whole new different universe. People who were so civil and nice, just sort of like got their mask ripped off, and it's kind of sad. And this lady was like one of the embodiment of this phenomenon. Like she was very nice, I mean, I won't say even though, right? But like she knows when she comes in that this station hires a lot of minorities, and she's always been there, very encouraging, very nice. Sometimes, like she always makes more money than everybody, so like she brings in like pizza for everybody from time to time, and like sometimes she'll bring in like an extra jug of cola. She'll buy us like a box coffee from time to time, and then she's always laughing and have a good time with us, and very supportive for everybody, right? But like when the first Trump election comes around, like she just went bonkers. Like you can tell, like she was transforming into this like crazy woman that blames minorities for everything, and then like with each show that goes on, she just become reveal more and more of a pure, Nazi kind of racist, like skin color kind of racist. Um, like I was on her health care show a few times because if you host a show alone, it's very hard to fill your half an hour by just you talking about yourself. Um, so we all have guests in our shows to help us fill the time. Sometimes we can't find guests, right? And she would come on my show and I come on her show. So a few times I go on her show, like she would just be gradually more and more racist to a point that I cannot be even seen sitting next to her where she's spewing all those crap, right? Um, and for our station, I don't know if it's for good or for worse. Our station have a policy of extreme open-mindedness, unless you're doing commercials or openly calling violence. Um, they generally allow you to say anything on our station, which is why she was allowed to cap on prime time. She was like on 8 o'clock, right? I think if you guys remember, like 2000, mid 2000 ish, like early to the mid 2000 ish, is very hostile to Muslims and people with Middle Eastern descent in America. Even if you're like Catholic or Buddhist, but you look like somebody from the Middle East, you are still being very uh, well, you're being looked at in a very different light. I sad to say, and she was like a uh, she was on air spewing all this garbage on air over and over again. Now, at the same time, like before all this began, she, I mean, she's like a kind of like middle age, maybe late 30s, 40s. She's good looking, but look like she's in her 40s. And she always wanted to become very famous. That was, but I don't know if that was the time when, hello, Dixie Wilmer. I'm just telling a story about um, a true story about law of attraction going very, very bad. So we're just talking about this lady who hosts her show after me on a live TV station. Her time slot is actually 8 to 8:30 p.m. So prime time slot. Um, and she's mostly talking about health and wellness because she's a registered nurse. She's a nurse practitioner, actually. She had already had her master's and make a lot of money. And she's one expert in it. She's good looking. And she always wanted to be famous. This was before social media. I think social media was already taking off, but not as well developed as today. And back in the days, if you want to be famous, you want to go on reality TV show, right? Or be an actor. And she was in an extra in a few movies. Um, she spent a lot of time trying out for um, reality TV show. She almost made it a few times. Um, she even took like leave of absence because she was selected to go on like a 2-month reality TV show, but on the last minute, they dropped her, and then she came back. Uh, so my story goes up to around 2016. She was when on the first Trump election, she just for some reason, well, not for some reason, we know what the reason is, but like uh, she turned from a very nice lady who was very accepting, buying everybody pizza for the station, into this like crazy lady that spews racist remarks. Um, um, Basically nonstop garbage on air. Um, at the same time, I think now I don't want to get too personal in her life. So everything I say right now was on air. So like this is not nothing here is confidential. It was on the news. She even said it on air, so it's not confidential. Um, but also at some point, she also shared this on air that she was going through a divorce. She had to sell her house, and she brought a trailer, and then she lives out in a trailer home for some reason, and she just lives in a state park. Um, so, like when somebody to do that, if you live alone in a park, you're going to get more and more crazy. Uh, so eventually, she quit her show on our TV station because I guess either she moved too far, or we are too liberal for her, or like she doesn't like it because she's surrounded by minorities, um, or whatnot. Even though the station has been bending the rules to let her on, right? But she quit that. She started another radio job in New Hampshire. I think it is like a conservative radio job where she goes like full blown racist. Um, so I haven't heard from her for a while. She was gone. Actually ran for governor, but that didn't go too well for her. Um, until like 2020. So like I was also vindicated because like just when she started to turn racist, because if you're in the US, if you say somebody's racist, that is a big accusation. Um, that is, that's even worse than calling somebody somebody who SA somebody. Um, but I was raising some of my concern of all the things she said, and then she just say it out loud. So I feel a little bit vindicated because like she just shown herself to be that person, right? So fast forward to 2020. This is the pandemic time. I've already forgotten about her, but all her wishes is about to come true. Um, she live streamed herself on the streets in New Hampshire, and there were construction workers outside her radio station building. And on her way in here, she was harassing a lot of minority street workers, telling them that they don't speak English or whatnot. So those people just ignore her. Those people could very well be likely American citizens, speak perfectly good English. They could have their degrees, they could have their masters, they could be teaching English for what I know, but they just happen to be minorities, doing construction work right outside her office, and then she live stream herself on Facebook, harassing these people, talking about that it is her white privilege to tell these people, to basically call these people your racist remarks. Um, and that was on her way to her radio station. So she broadcast that on Facebook. to her core of, I don't know, followers, what you call them. She thought it was fine. Oh, and then another gentleman who saw what was happening. The gentleman is black, and the group of construction worker who her name is on this show, I just call her Anna. Okay, uh, if you want to know who she is and everything that was documented, send me an email or find me on IG. I'll send you the link. And then another black gentleman come across. He was having like lunch on the patio or something. He come across and asked Anna to stop harassing these Hispanic people who are just working. And then she said, "Look, a black person is trying to stop a white person from telling a brown person what to do, and and she's saying that it is my white privilege to tell you guys to put you guys back in place," or something like that. So that is like insanely inappropriate thing to say. And guess what? Her wishes came true. So that video went viral. So she was famous, and her remarks, her little live stream was picked up by CNN, was picked up by all the major media outlets. She was on NBC. She was on all the kinds of talk shows. There was like radio show called The Morning Donkey. I don't know if you know that. It was like a podcast. And like her face was plastered across the United States as like the face of racism for, I don't know, like a few weeks. And her radio show on New Hampshire got canceled because it's just too much heat for a conservative radio station. So like the people who promote racial politics find her to be too divisive. So that's how bad it went. So her wish came true. She was like the most famous person on air for a few weeks. She was featured on all the outlets. She was also on the Young Turk. Yeah, all the traditional media, all the social media, all the podcasts, all the YouTube show have her name, her face on it. And so I guess her wish come true. So be careful what you wish for. I would like to, in my perspective, I thought it ended disastrously, but I think she kind of enjoyed it. I think she enjoyed her light in the day, and she still have like this group of core supporter that is backing her up for everything she said. Right? I think she ran for governor again, and obviously it didn't go anywhere. Oh, and she also got arrested a few times for disturbing the peace, doing the same racist stunt. And she was also, featured on a lot of news media. So, and I hate to say this, she was on my show a few times because back when we were hosting our shows back to back, we need guests, so we don't have to talk forever. So sometimes if I don't have guests, she will come on my show, and then if she don't have a guest, I will come on her show. So a lot of like people from YouTube will have found her on my show, and then a lot of people will be like leaving like angry messages on my YouTube videos. They will ask, "How could you have such a person on?" And then I was like, back at the time, she was really nice. And I know what happened, but like I can't believe what happened would be what I said. But so that's what happens. So whatever law of attraction trick that she did, it must have worked, and I hope she does well. So any question? I'm going to write this up and put it into like one of my stories, either publish it here or publish it on my next book. So stay tuned for my occult experience too. So any questions about the occult, black magic, about the story? So we know what's going to happen on Tuesday, the U.S. election. FGFG said no questions yet. Thank you, FGFG, and thank you for doing the math of the time zone change. Thanks to you, or else everybody from Singapore and Hong Kong will show up at 9 o'clock. So good job doing math. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so on Tuesday we are having our election here in the in the United States. You can kind of guess which horse I'm backing, but I'm not going to say it out loud here, probably. To avoid the. I don't mind being controversial if it serves a purpose, but at this moment and this form, it doesn't serve much purpose. But I've been telling you guys about the psychic warfare that is happening behind the scene. I'm very tired of fighting this too. So today's hypnosis session will be about a God King transformation. So today's hypnosis session will be like transforming you to be a powerful leader, imbuing you with political power, become political magnets. And if you're listening, because like today's topic is going to get cool down in like 2 days, right? So I don't want it to be too current affairs. So this recording is going to stand as a God King transformation. I'm going to use hypnosis to open up the magical portal and transform the aura into a powerful leader. And Dixie Wimmer said, I have some stories about my experiences I want to share. Oh, please do, my friend. Please do. At the meantime, while Dixie Wimmer is typing regarding the portal opening, oh, thanks. We all know, well, we can all agree, like scholars and archaeologists would agree that Jesus, the Jesus that become the head of the Roman Catholic Church, is not the actual Jesus that was from the Bible. There's a lot of editing happening that transform Jesus into the God King that suit the Roman emperor's taste. So a lot of Jesus's power comes from the Roman god, the Sol Invictus, which is their solar king. A lot of the statue of Jesus either have Sol Invictus wiped out or Sol Invictus was still on, right? Like you see a lot of literature involving Jesus will have Sol Invictus's name on it scratched out, or some of them even don't even bother scratching out was Sol Invictus and then Jesus written on top of it, right? So it is a transformation because, like I guess, like in the pagan tradition, humans are not supposed to be gods. But through Jesus, who is a human and Son of God, proves to the Romans that a man could have God power. And that was the birth of the God King that becomes the Roman Emperor. So Dixie Wimmer said, regarding the portal opening, maybe it was coincidence, but you got my petition on the 29th, I believe. Yes. There was a power outage on my home on the 29th. Maybe it was a coincidence since the ritual didn't start yet, but do you think it was a connection? But my mom even said she found it very remarkable that suddenly there was a power outage. Hey, it is possible. I mean, ritual time has nothing, I won't say nothing to do, but like it doesn't correspond with astral time. A lot of things, a lot of times where people committed to a ritual and then things are starting to happening before I do my ritual. I am just a guy, just a man, waving fires and chanting mantras and doing my thing, right? The spirits have their own schedule, right? maybe the spirits want to demonstrate to you that you are onto something, and they could go through me, or they can just go directly to you. That happens a few times too. So maybe they want to demonstrate to you that they got your petition, and to show you something paranormal, to get your attention, and to get you ready to manifest your wish. Let's say they have a stock tip for you, but you don't have a trading account yet, or you don't know how to trade, or you don't have money in a trading account or whatnot. That happens to me a few times. Then when the opportunity comes, you're not ready. So like maybe they are using these to get you off your butt, to get ready for manifestation. Dixie Wormer said, I also tried evoking Gemory at Halloween at night, and I saw shadows moving to my altar. Oh, wow. I think your astral sense is growing, and Gemory or her associates are definitely visiting your altar. Hello, Jeff. How are you? Yeah, and sometimes you can feel them too. You can feel like the hair on your back sort of rises, and you can kind of feel this energy moving through um, your body, or this heaviness that moves through you. Um, it's kind of more than a feeling than a visual thing, right? Yes, I can feel a pulse and a wave in my body, like a soft heaviness. Yeah, it's kind of like when you stand too close to a microwave. Um, or when you walk behind a refrigerator, that kind of heat, but not just heat. You can feel something glowing behind it, or when you use like a bad electrical appliances, and when your hand move close to it, you can feel the electricity. But yeah, so like I want you to calibrate your physical sense to the astral sense. So everybody reacts sort of differently. Like I can tell you how I feel when the spirit about to come or spirits is visiting me, but those are just words, right? And now you have something that you can hold on to. You can see a combination of these events together with how you feel as a totality of an astral sense, more than just a 3D hologram that pops out from your hand like Star Wars. Hello, Jeff. Jeff says, doing awesome, bro. Thank you, my friend. All right, so we're burned about 33 minutes. Any questions or any more experiences to share before we start the hypnosis session? If I see and feel the energy, does it mean that my petition is accepted, or just that she was there? Well, your petition is always read, and they're always trying their best to help you. You are just finding ways to get in sync with them. So you're taking the right action to manifest. Or maybe part of your petition is not manifestable, or they're protecting you from part of your petition. Or some of it is just dumb. I'm not saying your petition, right? But like, if you're a 3-year-old and I want like 5 million candies in my mouth right now, they're protecting you from not granting this, right? I'm not saying any petition in particular, but what I'm saying is your petition is always read if you're respectful, and they're always trying to help you out. Your job is to find ways to let them help you, right? Like a teacher is always trying to help their students. Like if you want to get an A, like teachers want to give out A's, but like you have to like to find a way to do your work, and be find a way to get on their wavelength so they can help you, you know. Dexy Wilman said, is working with goetic spirits similar to the Kriplov, or is that totally different? I mean, the Kriplov is kind of like a hero journey from what I've read. I don't think they're mutually exclusive, but the Kriplov, sorry, I can't pronounce that word. I was going to do like a hypnosis session on that topic, but like there are too many words I just pronounced too funny. So maybe one day I'll get into it. So like, but like that's more like an overall occult journey, or like journey into the dark side, or like a Jungian mythical journey. Whereas Western ceremonial magic, as in goetic, working with the arts goetia, you're actually doing ceremonial work to elevate yourself to do a certain things, you know. Like you can complete the journey of the Kriplov and you're still not manifesting anything. You know what I'm saying? It's just they just serve two different functions, and it's kind of like a beginner's way of getting into the occult, right? Um, I mean, these days, if somebody tell me, "Oh yeah, they're doing shadow work or whatever," I'm like, "Okay, nice." Or like, "Oh, the dark, what do you call that? They're doing dark Kundalini energy." Oh, yeah, nice. But that's very much like the beginner of it all, you know. You get what I'm saying? I hope I'm not like disparaging Kriplov journey or dark shadow work or dark Kundalini, but those are like introductory to black magic. It's kind of like walking through a haunted house. You don't have to keep going through that. Kind of like boot camp in the army. You don't have to keep doing that. Dexy Wilmer said, I finished the book Planetary Magic. Can I evoke both Venus and work with Gemory? Yes. Well, I mean, if you're evoking Venus, you are kind of like sending Venetian energy so that Gemory will have more power to work with you. No, those are good questions. Those are good, like technical questions. And I'm sure that when you ask these questions, other people are having the same questions in their mind. I mean, those are good, thoughtful questions. But Gemory is more like Martians. Mars energy is more closer to her. But it's all like different aspects of the spirit too, you know. They appreciate it all. They can also adapt to whatever energy that you send them. They are sentient beings. Dexy Wilman says, sorry for so many questions. Yeah, it's all good, man. Goetia also feels like a hero's journey in my experience. Okay. I understand what you're saying. Okay, yeah, thanks. I mean, I'm not putting down hero's journey. For it helps some people a lot. Like it could be like overall lifting yourself to a higher orbit of energy, or if you're just starting, or if the dark side or dark Kundalini or deep spiritual exploration is new to you, or if you just want a transformative experience. All right. Any questions? Let me just pour my coffee from one container to another, and then we'll start the hypnosis session on God King transformation. I mean, it's not just for if you're running for office, right, for this session. I mean, if you are a leader, you have to deal with politics. I mean, gone are the days of the strong man leader. Yeah, you can still have a strong man leader if you have a lot of tons of resources. But the strong man leader kind of approach is kind of obsolete. So maybe you can have like a very strong leader that do great things for a year or two, but eventually they all kind of fall apart. So if you want to run an effective organization, if you want to be a good leader, you have to master politics. It's never really about the will of one person. It's about you managing. Even like Napoleon has to deal with a lot of politics, right? Even like, I hate to use his name, you know, really strong dictators still have like inner politics that they have to deal with. Napoleon was a very shrewd political operator. This is how he got his emperorship. This is how he maintained his emperorship, right? Like, of course, he's a great general, but like he's using his battlefield victory to appease all the people that have knives on his back. Like as long as he keep winning, he can translate those into political power. He's like a very poor emperor. Like outside of France, like nobody likes him. He has army to do his bidding, and then eventually that fell apart too. But so it's all about politics. So Dexter Wilmer said, for me, Gemory has Venetian energy, but I got that from online lists of correspondence. But to me, Venus makes sense. Yes. Or maybe you are trying to get that particular aspect of a spirit, right? Like if you're asking her for protection, then you probably do more Martians rituals. Or if you want her to help you with the astral senses, you do like Saturnian rituals for her. Or if you want her to help you find a girlfriend or something, then do more Venetian rituals for her. I think in the Ars Goetia specifically said Gemory will help you find a girlfriend, like a maiden. The heart of a maiden was that what was said in the Ars Goetia. Yeah, so 10 in the morning. I'm already tired. Okay. Just do something with my mic. I can hear myself now. Dixie Wilmer said, yes, Gemory has helped really well with that so far in coupling me. I will not attend to live hypnosis, but I rewatch it. Okay. All right. So, anybody else have any questions before we start? So, we'll be going to hypnosis for about half an hour. I will not be able to read any messages here, but when I see them afterwards, I'll try to reply. Okay. So I'm just getting my recording software going before we start. So yeah, so my aspiration is to turn all these live hypnosis session into recording. That way we have like a higher quality of audios up either on this channel or on sale on Etsy or on other social media platform where we will cut off. We will like do some noise cancellation and then cut off all my coughs and e's and hums and long pauses, or if the dog barks in the background, or if a police car were to come by, we have to either pause it or or redo that part. So um, it is really about taking an hour, a few hours to sit still and cut through and edit an audio that is like very long, right? But one of these days, I will find the time to do it, hopefully soon. Or we're going to build an archive and library of all the occult hypnosis that you can either you can subscribe to in the future or put a Patreon or something. All the good stuff. But hopefully, I try to keep this as open and as available to the public as possible. And all these are like new, like none of this has ever been done before. So you are listening to history in making. Yep, just waiting for my software to catch up, opening files and things like that. All right, so on to our featured presentation. This is political power hypnosis, transforming you into the God King. All right, everybody take a deep breath in. And when you're ready, slowly let out your breath. I want you to feel my presence here beside you, close and comforting. As we begin this journey, let yourself sink into my voice. Let yourself release every part of yourself into the warmth that surrounds you. Feel my hands gently rest on yours, guiding you, grounding you, reminding you that you're safe, loved, and ready to let go. I want you to feel the warmth, the heat of my touch, slowly radiating through your entire body, loosening you, making every muscles, every inch of you ready to soften, ready to release all your tension. Starting from the top of your head, feel my fingers massaging your scalp, my touch warm and firm, moving slowly, pushing away the tension. Every muscle in your head and face begins to melt, and you may feel that tingle, that soft, blissful sensation that tells you that you're letting go, trusting me to hold you, to take you through these layers of your mind. You can feel each gentle press of my fingertips as I work through every thought, every worry, every bit of stress, melting it all, releasing it out into the air. My hands move down now, caresses the space at your temples, massaging deeper and deeper, sending waves of release, of gentle, soothing warmth through you. Each stroke, each circle, releasing and opening you more, loosening every tight space, every held breath. Let this warmth radiate, traveling down into your neck, your shoulders, where every bit of weight, every burden you've carried begins to slip away, dissolving into nothing. You may notice your shoulders dropping, letting go of everything, opening to this feeling, to this trust, as I guide you deeper. As you drift, feeling the heat, the relaxation moving down through your arms, every cell begins to loosen, soften, melt into this blissful state of pure openness. You are cocooned in my energy, wrapped in this warm, vibrating cocoon. Every touch of mine leaving a gentle spark, a tingling wave that travels through your entire being. My energy inside you, moving with each stroke, each gentle press, each soft release, until you feel me in every part of you, opening you up to the journey that lies ahead. Feel that sensation spreading through your chest, your stomach, down through your hips, grounding you deeply, organically. Imagine yourself drifting layer by layer, deeper through the realms, through portals of your own mind, each one opening effortlessly, each layer revealing a softer, quieter, more blissful space. With each breath, feel yourself slipping further, feeling my presence inside, my energy expanding, loosening every corner of you, preparing you for the transformation that awaits. Now, as I touch the now, as I touch your legs, feel them melt into the surface beneath you, growing warm, heavy, and loose, like you are drifting on a cloud, down through your knees, your calves, all the way into your feet, letting go of every single part of yourself, feeling blissfully light, blissfully free. The warmth flows through every sensation of my hands, my touch, opening you further, loosening you completely. Feel the tingle, the gentle pulse, the vibration of my energy inside you, preparing you to enter a space beyond this world where every part of you will be transformed. Now, I'll guide you down with a count from 10 to 1. With each number, feel yourself falling deeper, releasing more, trusting completely in this journey. 10. Drifting, feeling me and my energy inside you. 9. Deeper, heavier, melting every inch of you, trusting me and releasing all your stress. 8. Feeling that warmth, that blissful tingling expanding, softening. 7. Down, down, feeling loose, completely relaxed, cocooned in warmth. 6. Every bit of tension is gone, completely open, feeling my touch. 5. Deeper now, feeling the layers of your mind opening, revealing something very beautiful. 4. Trusting, loving, melting into pure bliss, pure warmth, pure relaxation. 3. Letting go completely now, feeling nothing but my energy, my voice, my presence. 2. Ready, open for this journey, ready for your transformation. 1. Sink, release, and sleep now. Now, as you drift even deeper, you sense me, Dion, appearing beside you. Feel my presence, warm and close, as I reach out, gently holding your hands. My grip is steady, filled with a comforting strength that invites you to release all anxiety, to let every remaining worry dissolve in this moment. My long hair falls around us, creating a soft, protective space. And as you look into my deep eyes, you feel something you may not have felt before, a profound, trusting connection, a bond that wraps around you loving, like a safe, loving cocoon. Know that whenever you feel uncertain or in need of comfort, you can simply squeeze my hand, feel that warmth, that tingly pulse of my energy pouring into you, sinking deep inside, grounding you. I am here, guiding you on this journey, opening you up to something magnificent. My energy flows into you, planting a deep seed within, a seed of boundless power, a magnetism that will grow and expand. Feel it vibrating within, filling every part of your soul, taking you to new heights, opening you up spiritually, opening up your spirit, your heart, making room for this transformation, making room for this transformation. Trust this feeling, this blissful release as I continue to be by your side, deepening your strength, drawing out that irresistible power that lies within you. Together, we are opening you up to a destiny of leadership, of influence, a divine presence that radiates from deep within. This is our journey, yours and mine, and I'm here with you, infusing every cell with purpose, with strength, with the energy to rise as the powerful leader you are meant to be. Now, feel my presence beside you, my hand gently gliding you, my hand gently guiding you, holding you through this journey, a journey where every one of your cells, every breath, every thought will resonate with unmatched power and purpose. In this space, know that you're protected, deeply, profoundly, safe. Trust this moment. Trust this energy surrounding us. Together, we begin to open a portal. Picture it now, a vast, swirling energy field before you. This portal shimmers, vibrating in anticipation, a gateway crafted just for you. And through it flows something incredible, a rush of executive energy, a cascade of magnetic power, infused with the essence of true leadership. It is a channel of the universe's most potent gift, waiting to pour into you. Feel Dion here, your spirit guide. Imagine me, my deep eyes calm and wise. As I look at you, I see every potential within you, and I'm here to arrange, to refine, to elevate with a gentle touch. I move through your aura, aligning it, perfecting it, bringing every spark of leadership that lies within. You feel my energy as I expertly rearranges your essence, opening space for pure power, charisma to settle deep inside you. And now, as my presence intensified, a stream of energy began to pour from the portal. It flows in, penetrating deep into your core, charging your spirit, your body, your mind. Every part of you opens to this energy, every fiber of you being welcoming it with joy, with trust. You feel it entering, filling you with a vibration of pure, powerful energy that enriches every cell, every thought, every hidden desire for greatness deep inside you. Feel the surge of leadership power, a divine authority entering into your chest, spreading out, radiating warmth, joy, a blissful expansion in every direction. This is executive energy, a power born from the highest forces, flowing effortlessly inside you. Every muscles, every cells tingles with this transformation. You are becoming more than just yourself. You are embodying the archetype of God King, a true leader whose presence is felt, known, and respected. With each breath, the energy grows stronger, deeper, spreading into your arms, your hands, down to the very tips of your fingers, until your skin vibrates with an aura of command. Imagine yourself standing tall. Feel your presence expanding. The air around you hums, pulsating with a magnetic charm that pulls others in. You are the center, the axis, the guiding force that others are drawn to, compelled to follow, to trust, and to love. And Dion, in my wisdom, continue my work, rearranging the essence of your being with a delicate and loving precision. I'm pushing a deep reservoir of magical power into you, charging you, filling every part of you with boundless potential. You feel his energy flowing through. You feel my energy flowing. You feel my energy flowing into you, shaping you, molding you into the leader that you desired to be. You feel my power, my touch so organic and powerful, settling deeply, rooting you in this newfound strength. Now visualize the faces of those around you. See their awe, their respect, their admiration. Feel the charisma emanating from you, wrapping around them like a soft, comforting presence. They look to you, drawn by an unspoken command, trusting you, believing in you, loving your guidance. You are their source of inspiration, a force that breathes confidence into every heart. And with this, a deep emotion of bliss fills you. A deep emotion of bliss fills you. A joy beyond words. In this state, let your shadow rise. See the parts of yourself that once held you back, those fears, doubts. They appear before you now, but they do not control you. Instead, Dion's energy flows over them, wrapping them in love, transforming them. They become part of your strength, fueling your growth, giving you resilience. You embrace, you embrace your shadow, understanding it, loving it, making it the foundation for your newfound power. This moment is one of release, a letting go of all that once limited you. Feel it like a wave washing over you, cleansing you of every doubt, every insecurity, leaving only clarity, strength, and purpose. You are left only with the essence of true leadership, distilled with pure aura, distilled and pure. Your aura pulsate with this power, spreading out like ripples, touching everything around you. Now feel the bond between us, this sacred connections, my voice, my touch, my energy. It is all here with you, flowing into you, grounding you, supporting you. I believe in you and I know your potential. You have unlimited potential. You are a force of nature, unstoppable presence that command respect and admiration. Let yourself sink deeper into this power. Feel it settles deep within. Feel it shapes you, ground you, protect you. You are whole, complete, a God King among men, unshakable, loved, respected, and trust. And this feeling, this state, will remain within you, a permanent, unbreakable part of who you are. And feel Dion, your spirit guide's power surging through you now. My hands are guiding you into a state beyond mortal strength, a divine essence transforming you. You are the God King, a radiant force that commands reverence and loyalty. Imagine the energy settling deep into your core, pulsating outward, solidifying your presence as a magnet of power, a being whom armies and nations bow before. You are an unbreakable figure, a chosen leader, with every ounce of authority, filling your aura, making you untouchable, unstoppable. See the heavens opens above you. Now see the heavens above you, opening up, flooding your entire being with a sacred golden light, blessing your path, affirming your purpose. This divine light courses through your aura, expanding it, magnifying it, so that every soul in your presence feel the undeniable call to worship, to serve, to trust you without questions. You are chosen, anointed, a vessel of destiny, born to lead, to guide, to inspire millions. They see you and feel the power you hold, the unshakable certainty within you. Now feel your being rise to the call, ego and soul unified, merging with a strength that knows no doubt. Your presence commands, your essence radiates. Your vision is a beacon, and you are the one that are there, and you are the one they have been waiting for. A God King with a purpose that echoes through the ages. Embrace this role, for you are the leader, the chosen one, the unstoppable force who stands above and brings light to all who follows. And now it is time to awaken, feeling energized, inspired, and ready to seize the life that awaits you. With every breath, feel yourself turning on. Feel the power of leadership fully activated within you, flowing like an unstoppable force. Imagine your charisma turning on, shining out. Imagine your charisma turning on, shining out of you, drawing people toward you effortlessly. Your ability to receive, to attract all you desire is now switched on and awakened, alive. You, this is your divine energy, turned on in every cell, vibrating, ready to magnetize abundance, money, resources, and endless opportunities. Feel the seed of leadership planted within you, vibrating with purpose, with strength, with the power to transform your world. Every part of you is physically and energetically upgraded, alive with magical energy, a spark that turns on the moment you set your sight on a goal. It is time to seize this moment, to turn on every quality that makes you a true leader, to turn on every quality that makes you a true leader. Your drive to improve, to study, to grow, to work out and take care of your body, to pursue your dreams with everything you've got. This is your time to live fully, to rise up, become the most powerful version of yourself. Know that my voice, Dion's voice, will continue to guide you, echoing in your dreams and within each day. Whenever you choose to close your eyes, feel the divine energy humming, guiding you to love, to wealth, to a life filled of health and clarity. To a life filled of health and clarity. Feel grateful for this transformation, for the spirits who have lifted you, and embrace this moment with appreciation. With each step forward, feel that bliss, that tingle, and the seed of leadership growing, expanding, vibrating within you, propelling you into your new life with confidence. Now, let's count up to bring you back, fully awake, alive, and transformed. 1. Beginning to return, feeling that energy pulsate in every part of you. 2. Waking up more, feeling blissful, excited, and inspired. 3. More awake now. With each breath, that power, that God King strength turns on inside you. 3. More awake now. With each breath, that power, that God King strength turned on inside you. 4. Almost there now. Your body alive, humming, fully in tune with this powerful energy. 5. Wide awake, fully grateful, energized, and ready to embrace your destiny. Welcome back, God King. Now take a moment and come back to this room. Feels good, doesn't it? All right. All right, so let's take a moment to stretch. I see there's still a few people in the room. So feel free to get up and stretch and come back to this room. Feeling great. Feeling like you can take on the world. Feeling all your leadership quality being fully awakened and ready to take on the world. Hi, FGFG. Welcome back. You're still here. Thank you, my friend. And leadership is more than just, being political leader. Leadership is more than just being the boss, the manager, You can take up personal leadership too, when you can just be collaborating with a few friends and everybody are everywhere and nobody knows what they're doing. You take up your leadership role and not like yell at everybody, but like inspire everybody to do what they do. And then organize a project, and then you put it together. You may or may not take on the title as a leader, but leadership is something that you do, you own, and some people have this quality that people naturally follows because they know they were going to lead you to glory, like Napoleon, or they know they can lead you to success, or they know they can lead you to win. This coach in New England, his name was Bill Belichick. If you are American, you know him well. If you don't know, he won like 6 Super Bowls. He actually won 8 Super Bowls, and he'd been to 9. He is like the winningest coach, and he's a jackass. But everybody follow him because he's still a great leader, and people believe in him to lead them to victory. Leadership is more than just a title and telling people what to do. I was just talking to like a friend of mine, and we were talking about vampire magic and hypnosis magic and mind control magic and turning people into your voodoo doll, whatnot. But if you think about it, having leadership magic and political magic and charisma magic is far more potent than any mind control spell or love spell or voodoo spell that you can cast upon people. If you're naturally charismatic, if you're a natural leader, people will just naturally listen to you, and they're going to input their own individuality and creativity to contribute to your cause. Naturally, you don't have to tell them exactly what to do, and their prospect of people liking you and loving you naturally is so much more natural, so much more fun, so much more easier to maintain. And for those of you who are thinking about mind control spell or hypnosis spell or vampire spell and not going anywhere, why don't you follow my lead, and take up on learning good leadership, practicing charisma spell on yourself, draw people into your circle, and take it from there. Trust me, it's going to be a lot better than the vampire spells. FGFG said, I'm here. Hello, FGFG. Jason Ang said, hey, you're here too. That's great. So how's, oh my God, it's November. Huh? This year is almost over. We're deep in autumn now. Just yesterday, we started spring, I feel like. We just went through the entire summer. How's Hong Kong and Singapore these days? Are you guys doing anything fun? I see there's still a few people here. I guess most of you may be asleep for now. So yeah, over here, I'm still very worried about the election, It just sounded like one side is going to win, and I've been doing my part with Magick to push a certain candidate to win. I know there's also huge amount of forces on the other side pushing the other candidate because each of them have their own agenda. And of course, our interests are in conflict, and it's a competitive world. And Jason Ng said, nothing much for me, just another weekend. Okay, yeah, that sounds nice. Must be like nice in Singapore. What's the temperature out there? It's getting cool here. Like right now, it's 8 degrees outside. Yesterday, it was like 5 degrees. But it is expected to be like in the high 20s next week. and this is November. I feel bad for the planets, but I'm not complaining. In the old days, like November is like 0 degree outside. Back when I was younger, like first snow is around late November. These days, I don't think even snows in Boston anymore. Hey, did you hear? It snows in Hawaii, huh? Hell has frozen over. All right, so it's kind of quiet today. Jason Eng said it's quite warm here. Supposed to be a rainy season though. Oh, nice. I won't. Well, do you like it raining out there? FGFG said I love autumn. So I guess in Singapore it's always short seasons, right? Like it's never like cold. I guess Hong Kong you guys get cold a little bit too. Like in like winter, you guys have to wear jackets and trousers. I guess in Singapore it's always like hot, right? Weather is starting to cool. FGFG said, yeah. Singapore is always summer. Jason Ang said, yeah. Any other occult questions or stories you guys want to share about rituals? Hong Kong weather can be 0 degree in the peak. Oh yeah, okay. And I guess like Hong Kong and Singapore, you guys, your buildings are not insulated, right? Like if you live in winter country in like Canada and US, houses are built for winter. So like if it's cold outside, it's like reasonable indoor, and all the buildings are like heated. Like all the buildings have like heat pipe either running through it or have like um, ventilations to blow hot air and vents and things like that, and double glass to stop heat from escaping and things like that. So, but I guess like places in Hong Kong and Singapore, if it gets cold very quickly, right? Because it's just this concrete wall between you and the elements. FGFG said, "Is it autumn the best season to do rituals? Any day is a good day to do a ritual, my friend. I guess autumn is like it's the air is cleaner and crisper. It's easier to burn things. Cause you always see IG celebrate autumn. I guess it's Halloween, right? According to them, it's the closest between the Earth portal and the Death portal. But then, in Chinese custom, in the summer, in July, that's where you guys have the Ghost Festival, right? So maybe that's a good reason to do rituals to the witch season. Yeah. Even though the witch season, so like made a good point, but like scholars have disputed that it was like a thing that witch hunter made up. Well, it was kind of like a reverse legend, like the witch hunter made up a lot of the stuff, and then people read the reports, and then a lot of those reports got turned into grimoires and turned into encyclopedia for witchcraft, and then it got out to the public, and then people say to themselves, "Hey, that sounds pretty good," and then they started practicing it. So it's more like Sabbath and witch season that come from a made up legend, but the made up legend made so much sense that people are starting to do it themselves. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of like, yeah, the Sabbath, right? According to most scholars, uh, the Sabbath did not happen the way it was described, but that it sounded so much fun. Like all the witches gathering and drinking and hanging out, it started happening. People were actually taking the advice pretty well. Vampires too. Like it started off as a legend and then it just started growing. It's kind of like bad karma. I don't know. I don't know how. Maybe I'm using the wrong word, but it's kind of like a lot of these witch customs started from the inquisitors. Um, like the inquisitors, even though I feel bad for all the witches that were sacrificed during the witch hunt, like the witch hunt itself somehow became the biggest proponent of witchcraft itself, because so much was written about it and so much can be shared. Whereas before, witchcraft has almost been a folklore. But after the Inquisition, a lot of the things was shared in grimoires. A lot of things was written and published, and all the witches could like have something to share in common, and then they practice some rituals in common and become a thing that everybody could do by themselves and together collectively. So in a way, modern witchcraft really started by the Inquisitors. Like without them, witchcrafts would not have been so popular in the 21st century. Oh yeah, FGFG said things started to change. Good all the way for me. That's great. Do you want to share your story about the portal opening and how your career has gotten off the ground? I'm just going to include portal opening in all my rituals from now on. Like it's just going to keep opening portals on everything, and the portal energy is just going to keep wide open, and it's going to pour energy to everything we do. FGFG just showing me new paths. That's great. Yeah. Yeah, I got some kind of miracle too. It's hard to share because it's like, so yeah, I thought it was going to take like $30,000 to do, and that it cost me like $60. Even at $30,000, I may not be able to do. But then, I set it up automatically, and then it was done for $60. I didn't even know it was done until like a week afterwards. So it just come to me without any effort. FGFG said, potential people may help me appear. Oh, wow, that's great. So yeah, it's a slow day. Time zone has changed. That's fine. And then everybody are focusing on the election on Tuesday anyways. So the time is 1:34. FGFG said it is a good ritual. Thank you. Thanks you for participating. everybody who participated in the Halloween portal opening ritual. Yeah, a lot of the people who was part of this ritual tell me like quite immediately that they felt something or they see the shift quite like through evidence. And I'm good, so I slept late every day. That's great. All right, so the time is 1:35. I'm always happy to answer more questions, but it sounded like everybody are zoned out or have something else in mind. Same here. Everybody are pushing energy on Tuesday. I mean, it's more than just America, right? Like what happened on Tuesday, it's going to have impact in all around the world. I'm sure a bunch of Ukrainian witches are pushing a certain outcome. A bunch of like, black magicians, Solomonic practitioner in Israel are pushing for a certain outcome. The people in Africa pushing for a certain outcome. People in Mexico pushing for a certain outcome. It's not just American fighting American in this election, because the has far-reaching outcome. Hong Kong has lottery every Tuesday. Haha. Oh yeah, hey, how many days does it go? Like Tuesday and Friday, is it? You should always buy a ticket. Well, I mean, if you can afford it, right? Like, I'm guessing FGFG, you have a job and you can afford it. But like, don't spend your last $2 on a lottery ticket. But if you can afford it, always buy a lottery ticket. And if you don't play, you don't win. I mean, if you can't take a $2 risk, then you might as well just go to church and pray. Maybe black magic is not really for you. That's all I have to say. Yes, tries every week. I mean, I buy every draw. Like, I don't know if you can do it in Hong Kong, but here you can buy 7 draws at one time. I can also get a subscription. You can pay for like a whole year's of lottery, and then they will keep mailing you the tickets. FGFG said I paid USD $5. Oh, is it $5 in Hong Kong? And also in the US, like, so we have like casinos everywhere now, right? But like in convenience store, there's like the national lottery, the 2 big ones, and then there are like state lotteries. You have scratch off tickets, you have daily Keno tickets. Like every 7-Eleven is a casino. Oh, I'm not advocating that, right? But like you should, if you have $2 and you are a trader in luck, you may as well spend the $2 on a lottery ticket in lieu of like a Starbucks coffee. So yeah. FGFG said yes, we can buy future lottery. No, it's like UHKT $10, USD to $1.25. Yeah. Oh, actually, in Hong Kong, when you win, you don't have to pay tax, right? In the US, when you win, first of all, when you win, you only get like less than a half of it because the winning is based on annuity. So when you win a US lottery jackpot, the big two, uh, you're not getting the big number. The big number is only if you receive payment for like 30 years. So nobody wants to do that. Everybody want it all together. So, half of that is gone. And then the half of that goes to tax. I'm not complaining, but like, yeah, so in Hong Kong, I guess a lot of other lotteries, like Canadian lotteries or if you Euro lotteries, you just get the check for that amount, which was nice. And also, you don't pay. I'm pretty sure in Canada you don't pay income tax when you win the lottery. In the US, you pay income tax when you win the lottery. But hey, you have to exercise your luck a little bit. Don't go crazy. But Sophia Queen said, "Thank you a lot. Have a lovely time." Oh, thank you, Sophia Queen. Have we met before, my friend? I feel like we've met before, either as a client or in social media somewhere. After you said, but even after tax, the U.S. lottery amount is really large. Yes, that's true. I'm not complaining. I'll take anything, my friend. Like I won $25 the other day, and I'm like very happy, even though I'm probably spending $100 for that period of time. Yeah, I'm not complaining. Yeah. There's a show called A Lottery Changed My Life and B My Lottery Dream Home. So if you are into like law of attraction, you can watch those shows. So like they're more than just those two lotteries. They're like lotteries all over the US, everywhere. Like you can just on state government lottery, you can probably spend like $20 a day on that. Hong Kong Standard Lottery first prize is HKD $8 million. Hey, how much? That's like a million US, right? But no tax. Hey, you take that any time of the day. I mean, if you live simply, a million US, you can. That's good enough to retire if you live a sensible life. If no one wins, then the money goes the next round as anywhere do. Okay, yeah, that's great. So in any case, the time is 1:42, or the time is 11:57 a.m. in the US, where it have been live for an hour, 42 minutes. We had a good discussion from the beginning. Um, we got a good session in. I shared FGFG. I don't know if you were here from the beginning, and I shared a story about somebody manifested. Well, everything they wish for manifested, but not the way they want. Um, well, it's just from my perspective, right? In my perspective, it was a disaster, but I think like she actually enjoyed. Uh, she actually enjoyed the outcome, even though her quality of life is much diminished. But it's all good. I'm just sharing you a true story. Um, FGFG said, "I'm not greedy. That's good enough." Yeah, me neither. I mean, yeah, $1 million. I mean, if you live sensibly, I mean, if you work like part-time gigs, if you can. Well, basically, I can say that you may not work forever for the rest of your life, but you can pick something that you enjoy doing and not worry about money for the rest of your life. If you have $1 million, probably like, I mean, yeah. Sophia Queen said, maybe I live in Egypt. Hey, that sounds like a good idea. Are you connected to Egypt, my friend? I guess like the cost of living is much lower in Egypt. Like if you take $1 million, you can go to Egypt, or if you go to like Thailand or somewhere developed but cheap, even like places like Turkey or even like Greece, Italy, or if you go to Japan. Like I have a friend of mine who spent like 3 months a year in Japan. Like he doesn't work there, but like he could live quite comfortably with the cost of living much cheaper than the US and Canada, as long as you're not living in like Tokyo or something. No one can expect how black magic results come out. That's true. Just trust black magic is enough. Yes, that's true. So in any case, hopefully, the world will still be here next week. Judgment Day is on Tuesday. Well, Judgment Week is going to be all week long. That's all I can say. Hopefully, we hear some good news. Hello, Cersei King. You come a little bit late on IG. How are you, my friend? Hopefully, we still have a country by the end of the week. And well, thank you for everybody for being here. Sophia Queen, FGFG, Cersei King, Jason Ang, Dixie Wimmer, Jeff, Fallen, Michelle Ang, Cersei. Well, we are about to go offline, my friend. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Do you have any questions about the occult or black magic or life in general? If not, we will bring this stream to a close. I'll see you guys next week. Everybody go win the lottery. Go live the life your fullest. Let magic be done. Fiat Magick.